Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessie Nealand. Today I want to talk about one of the 4 body image avatars. So if you haven't seen my work on that yet, click the link introducing the 4 body image avatars in my caption. And that will help you sort of catch up. And today we're going to talk about one of them called the outsider. So the 4 body image avatars each sort of represent a hidden plan for how your body image issues function, a sort of root cause for where they come from and how they're attempting to function in your life. Because, as you know, if you've watched my channel for long enough, body image issues are never just about your body. They serve some kind of purpose. So, the outsider's purpose usually involves trying to get their need for connection, acceptance, and or belonging met by looking the right way. And of course, we know that in our culture, looking the right way involves looking, sort of meeting a certain amount of beauty ideals or body ideals. But for the outsider, the focus is rarely about, I want to look like at the tippy top of this hierarchy, I want to be better than everyone. It's more about, I just want to fit in with everyone and have that sense of belonging. And a lot of times, instead of focusing on the positive outcome that they're looking for, which is, I want more connection in my life, or I want more of a sense of belonging in my life. It's focused on avoiding negative social consequences like I don't want to be judged, I don't want to be criticized, I don't want to be humiliated, I don't want to be abandoned or rejected. So those are the kind of 2 ways that the outsider's body image plan can show up, is either focusing on the kind of connection they want or the kind of disconnection they don't want, So in that space, there is a sort of fantasy, as all of the body image avatars have. And the fantasy for the outsider is that if only they looked the right way, they would either get all of the abundant connection and belonging and acceptance that they crave, or, and this is more common, I think, they would be safe forever from these negative social consequences such as rejection, judgment, abandonment, criticism, and humiliation. So I want to speak to that for a minute and just really take a moment to say, it's a lie. The fantasy of each of these body image avatars is always a lie. But for the outsider, one of the things that they're missing out on is the fact that if they were to look the right way, whatever that is for wherever they're trying to fit in, they still would need to cultivate the skills and courage to put themselves out there, to meet people, to build bonds, to communicate, to set boundaries, to continue being vulnerable, opening themselves up, holding space for other people, navigating friendships, navigating communities, navigating anything, like these are the skills. It's a huge collection of skills required in order to build the sense of community belonging and acceptance that they're looking for. Likewise, the avoidance of negative social consequences is not something that can be guaranteed by how you look, because it's not something that can be guaranteed by anything. Like literally nothing on earth is going to keep you safe from people's criticisms. Just nothing. It's never going to happen. So part of the fantasy that my outsiders will often reflect to me is if they're focused on what they want, it'll just happen automatically. If only I could lose weight, I would just have a bunch of friends. There's this leap from A to Z that skips every bit of the process of learning how to be a person in community and connection that they actually need, And the truth is, this fantasy is a lie because you don't get to skip that part. There is no automatic connection and friendship. The other piece of it is they will connect to the idea that it keeps them safe and no one will ever reject them again. They'll never be in a position of vulnerable to humiliation. They will never, have their mother-in-law will never criticize them. Their, friendships will never point out something about how their body has changed. Like there's this idea of I will never be rejected or humiliated or whatever it is if I look the right way. And again, that's just not how the world works. I mean, we see this with celebrities, right? Like the most conventionally attractive woman on the planet is going to be criticized. And I don't know if she can be humiliated or not, but she's certainly people are going to attempt to shame her, whether she's too big or too small, too flabby or too tight. Like it's going to be something, because not everybody agrees, and because jerks are jerks and jerks going to jerk, We're not going to stop them from doing that. So in terms of what this fantasy represents for the outsider, a lot of what they have to do as they shift towards body neutrality is let go. Both let go of the idea that it'll be automatic and start focusing instead on, the actual pragmatic steps to building connection and belonging that they need. And also let go of the idea that there will ever be some kind of armor that can protect them from the negative social consequences that they're afraid of. And build up a feeling of resilience and tolerance in that place. Nobody likes to be criticized, right? Nobody likes to be rejected. It's awful to be abandoned. But these things still could happen. And the outsider needs to trust in themselves to be able to survive it with grace if it does. And that is a hugely important skill as well as the skill to build the community and connection and belonging that you crave. And those are the pathways out of body anxiety, body obsession, body negativity, body hatred for a lot of the outsiders. So I hope this was helpful if you connect with the outsider. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment or a question if you've got one. And I will be leaving a link in the caption for you to sign up for the Avatars Project if that's something that you want to learn more about, how to use these avatars in this system for you to actually apply them to yourself and get towards body neutrality. So go ahead and click that link if you're interested. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.